is a Hebrew word that means His presence will complete. When we started off at the beginning, when we said, Father, any ministry needs a name, we prayed and fasted about it, and eventually God gave us the scripture, Isaiah 65 verse 1. And the last piece of that verse says, here I am, here I am. The meaning of the Greek and Hebrew words has got such a rich and deep meaning to it. And eventually that's for the here I am, that's where tamam came from, and it means His presence will complete.
The needs on the street are basically that these kids don't have any structure at all. They don't have parents. Parents messed up in their lives. And I always say, if you can't trust your own mother, who can you really trust? So I think one of the biggest needs is somebody to be trustworthy, somebody to love them unconditionally. There's a lot of drug abuse that's connected with that. Gangsters that says we say never no to anybody. Anybody's always welcome. It doesn't matter how you look. So there's no rejection from the gangster side.
The street outreaches during the daytimes are working like this, that we go out and we meet the children where they are. We build friendship with them, and we invite them from the streets into the Coffee Kammer program in the evenings.
When we go out onto the streets to meet the street children, like a normal walk through town. So we just, 3 or 4 of us would go out and we just walk through the streets and we see who we meet.
We sit with them on the pavement, we speak with them, we play soccer with them, we laugh with them, we just cry with them sometimes. These kids need a form of stability. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we see in the Coffee Kammer, is that we are there once a week. And even if it's just once a week and for an hour and a half, but it's the only stable thing in their lives. Because they know if I skip this Monday, but next Monday the Coffee Kammer will still be there. In the Coffee Kammer, we sing a few songs. I really like the singing, and we try to keep it close as possible to the culture. A Bible message, scripture readings.
There's a lot of different things going on, like cutting their hair. There's games that they can play. There's something to eat. We look to minor wounds.
And coffee. They love the coffee, especially in the winter when it's so cold and everybody's soaking wet.
The first time, many of them are very insecure and they don't know really where to fit in, what to do. But during the time they are there and they come regularly, they see that they really have a home, that they can trust us, that they can build friendship with us, that they know that we don't want to harm them, and that they really can share what is on their heart. They see also that we want to help them to get off from the street, and many of them go back to the street, but some of them, they make a difference and they decide to turn their backs to the streets and go into Christian rehabilitation centers.
On Wednesday evenings, we play soccer with these boys. 2 hours in a week's time. It keeps them away from drugs, doing crime, and it's also time for us as workers just to be ourselves, to be transparent to these boys, to show to them that during sport, we all can be together, do the one thing, play for Jesus.
Due to the lifestyle of these kids, they will most probably end up in either prison or hospital. Many of them do go back home. Because we establish relationships with them, we love to go and see them, to continue the relationship. So what we do is we go and visit them and try to meet some of their needs.
There's no way that these boys can keep a job, can stay in a work if there's no rehab.
The reason why I left home, my mother was like an alcoholic, and that was the time I was sick also now. She didn't care for us, she didn't care for the house also. She do also the same thing, she bring also people in. And our boyfriend was like a gangster, he was like a man but I was fighting a lot with them also. And at the Greenmarket Square I was parking cars and all the things, begging for people's money. I was work for one man, broke cars for him, steal for him, rob people, go prison, in prison, out. The reason how I lose my leg is Me and my friends, we were snuffing glue and all this stuff. In the night, one of my friends, he grabbed my stuff and he was running, but the graveyard stone don't broke. By the time I come there, the graveyard stone broke and the stone fell on my leg, and 4 or 8 people must come to pick up the stone from my leg. And I come to grow in God now, and now I'm a son of God. I must say thank you for those people, man. It's a good thing what He did for me, and God must use me a lot, man, to let a lot of them come to this place.
Part of being on the streets for these children to survive, all of them are doing drugs. And they need to go for rehab before you can even think of giving them a job or giving them some responsibility from their side to say, but you need to be here for work every day. That's the main focus of rehab for us, so that they eventually can come to a point where they say, but I'm ready to take up my life, take responsibility for my life. And when that happens, when they say that I'm ready to take responsibility for my own life, then we can come to a point and say, listen here, we've got an opportunity for you for a job as well. So in carpentry, through carpentry, they can eventually support their own family or their own home one day.
We really want to establish a place which we can call their home. Because this is, I think, the biggest thing for these kids. Even when they do get off the streets, there's no place they can call home. I can almost say never return home, because home is not home. Home is a mess. Mother is an alcoholic. There's maybe no dad. Sometimes they smuggle in the house. So there's really, home is not home. And that's one of our biggest needs, to get a home for them, which I can say, well, this is my room with my duvet and my toothbrush and my clothes in it, and maybe my name stands on the door. But even if they go to rehab, and when they come on a weekend out or on a day out, which they can say, I'm going home. I'm going to a place which I know is mine.
Son of God, Lord of grace, Ancient of days, show us the way. Captivate us with your presence once again and again. Captivate us with your presence once again.